Hi everyone, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home. Thank you for joining me, and as you saw from the pictures, I'm going to show you how to make your own perpetual calendar. And I'm going to show you how to do it by just using these shapes here to make this base. So let's get on with it, shall we? So first of all, we're going to need the square, and we want the square to be 4 1/4. Oh, don't know where I was putting that. So in the width, because I've got maintain aspect ratio, I'll put in there 4.25 because that's how wide. If I bring this over a little bit, that's how wide we need this bit here. And then see this? We're going to bring this in, and I'm going to duplicate it twice. And one of them we're going to put over there for now. One we need to flip horizontal, and then we're going to bring this in for the tip. So first of all, we need to size them all so that the straight line there is along the straight line of the square. So they are too big right now, so I haven't made a definite size, I just played around until I was happy. I think they need to come down a little bit, they're a little bit too high up there. And then if you get both of them and make sure that they are evenly placed or aligned through the middle, then you can make sure that they're both at the same place. And then this one we can make a bit smaller too, and all we want is the tip really. So if I show you, we're going for this tip. So I think I made it a bit wider. That's the thing about these shapes, you can do whatever you like with them. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. And then all you're going to do is to make sure this is central, you just get the club and the square and go down center. And there you go, see I was off a little bit. And now we're going to get them all and weld. Okay, so can you see the kind of shape we've got? Now this is just for decoration in the middle. Actually, I'm going to do that one and send it to the back because now it's in front. And if we move in a little bit closer, we can make sure that we place it right. It looks very big though. I'm going to put it a lot further down in size. There we go, that's more like it. And then what we're going to do is just grab them both and do center so that it's in the middle down the center. And then we are going to subtract. There we go. So there's nothing in there now. Display zoom to mat size. So at the moment we got this, which is practically that. And then what we need to do is the two sides, and for that we need the rectangle. And I'm going to turn it, actually I think I'll just resize it this way, it'll be a lot easier. And we need it 3 1/4, so that's 3.25 wide and 4.25 up. Okay, if you get in trouble like me getting to the right number, untick aspect ratio, and then I can now change that to a 5 and it's spot on. And we want 2 of them, so we're going to duplicate. Now before we attach it, we are going to make sure again that it's all level. So here we don't want to go centrally, we need to go line to line first. If we grab them all 3, and we need this one so that they're all the same along the bottom. There we go, that's what we needed. I'm just going to move that out the way a second because we need to come back to this one, except it's got to be bigger again. And we are going to cut our curve in. We need 2. And again, we're going to have to flip it so that it fits the other side. If you go by the squares, the grid, then what I've done, as you can see, I've gone about 2 inches in, and then I've left an inch on the bottom, just about. That's just, you know, roughly, but that's what I've done. This one needs to be at the front, and it's one of the first ones I've done, so it wasn't at the front. Okay, and then subtract. And do the same for this one, and that should be at the front. There we go. So now we've got them 2 sizes like that. So can you see how it's coming on? Because then the next thing to do is we are going to weld them. If we get a bit closer, then we can see better where the lines meet. And what I need is for them to go just over. So, like that. Did you see that? Let me go 1, 2. Right, you can see now they're away. If I'm using my arrows and I'm just going 1, they're still away. They're right over each other now. So if I go 1 more, they're just over. That's what I need. Same as this one, we'll go back. So you can see they're apart. Now they're spot over each other. 1 more. So they should weld. Actually, I'm going to go 1 more there. That's it, because then I can see it. And 1 more there. And weld. There we go. That's what I wanted. So now, display zoom to mat size. As you can see, it's a little different. What I've done here is, if you click twice, you can just bring this one down. Using your arrows is better so that you don't move it out as well. And it just gives it a nice angle. You don't have to be spot on with the angle. There we go. So now all we need to do are the score lines. And the best thing to do first is this one across. We want it across the bottom, so that's the path tool. You click path tool. Don't worry about where you exactly are right now. We're going to click, hold shift, go straight across to the other side and double click. We won't change it just yet. I'll change them all at the same time. So now we know we need one that comes from there down to the line. So we'll go hold shift and we'll do the same there. You have to click path tool every time you use it. So we know we've got our straight lines there and we know we've got them across. Can you see now we just need some little ones that go down there. We need them measured. It's the only ones we need measured. They need to be 3 from here to there. So what I'm going to do now is bring this over to the grey line. That's the 0. Can you see there on the X? I've moved it so now it's on 0. So we know that this line, it's on 3 1/4. So this one will be 1/4 then. So we'll get the path tool and we will just do a line. We need one that side. Right, let's just see where this one is. Oh, it's way over. So 1/4 is 25. And there. How big is the whole thing? So the whole thing width is 1072. So we want it at about just under 1050. 1047 is what we want. Okay. And then before we finish up, before I change them all over to score lines. This triangle is an amazing bit for when you need to put cut lines in like this, so that they're already cut. And all you need is one of these. And I'm just going to bring that one to the front. So we know where they need to go because it will be where the score lines are. So you can put this line on the line and you know that's right. And then all you're going to do, okay, I just duplicated to get another one. Hold shift and get the two triangles in the main shape and subtract. And there you go, you've got your cuts. So now we just need two on the side. Again, that probably needs to come to the front. And click, hold shift and do the same again. And then subtract. There we go. The only other thing I really want to do before we carry on, I just want to bring this one down a little bit so we've got a little bit of a slant, not too much. There we go. So that, I feel a bit better about that now. And then if you collect it all and then hold shift and click the box, then the only thing you're not holding is the box, and you can change all that you need to score lines. And that is your main piece, as you can see there. Okay, so that's that part. Let's just display, zoom to max size. The next bit I really need to show you. Okay, I'm just going to delete these for now. There we go. So these are the cubes for the numbers. Now, when I first started doing this, I'd done it a really long way around and then realised I didn't need to. And I'll show you why. I really saved myself a lot of time here. So make sure you've ticked maintain aspect ratio, and just we need 2-inch boxes. That's why the main thing is 4 1/4, so we can fit two 2-inch boxes in. But what we're going to do is make it 2-inch, and then we're going to go down to 8-inch. There we go. And that's that main strip there that we need. Now what I done before was add on 2 boxes, and then I'll show you the shape. It's a definite go-to shape for me. This shape, as you can see, it's on there. I added that all the way round and then realised that what we're actually doing is a hexagon. So if you go down to the 2-inch mark and add 2 hexagons, it's going to be the same as the long way round there, but it's so much easier. So obviously you can see they're a big size, so we need to put them down. Oh, 285. Yeah, 285. Okay, so at least with that one I can just put it in 2.85. Okay, if you've got this, the last thing you need is a rectangle. And the rectangle has to be width of 2, sorry, height of 2. I always get the 2 confused. I don't know if I'm alone there. And then width of 6. And that one you're going to be putting at 2 inches. Let's just make sure I've got this one right. So I always use my X and Y. They're on 0, 0. This one needs to be -2 and at 2 on the Y. So -2 on the X because we've come over a little bit, and 2 on the Y. And that puts it in the right position. And then what we're going to do there is change the whole thing to a score line. And as always, I use the 3rd line down because it doesn't break the paper like some of the ones that are close. Now we can use these to measure exactly where we need to be with the hexagons. So we need to make sure that they all go to a certain corner. Can you see? Like that. So with this one, you bring it round. I'm going too far. So you're making sure that these outside ones go to far corners. So before we do anything else, so you want the long strip of squares there and each hexagon and weld. And there, can you see the shape now? Now you just, while it's in place, we just want one more line down here, and it's about here. Let's see where that's gone. 6, C2, 4, 6. So that's 06. It needs to come up a little bit. There we go. And that can be changed to a score line too. And then we just need this bit for the top. We want the width to be 2. Okay, so then you get both and centralize them and then weld. And you want one score line that you just taken out the line there, score line, and then just 2 down the sides here. So one there at 0. I can make sure, there it is at 0, and that's a score line. And then one more down there, and that will be at 2. There we go, at 2. Again. And now you can group it all and it's all ready to go. Okay, I think I should quickly show you how to get the mats up actually. So I'm just going to go back a little bit. Okay, back again. So I want to show you how to get the mats for this. The easiest way I found to do it anyway. So I grabbed a square, rectangle, square, whatever, it doesn't matter. And first to do one side, so let's do the sides. And what I'm doing is just covering everything but that side. Always duplicate because we need to do this a few times. So is that ungrouped? We need to ungroup so that you haven't, the score lines don't interfere. And then what you need to do is grab that big square, grab the main shape and subtract. And what it does is leaves you with the side. If you've got anything like this, don't worry, because it's not this you need. Because then what you're going to do, we need to get rid of that as well at the bottom. So I'm just going to get 2 because we need another one. But we'll bring this one down, and we don't need that bit at the bottom either. So we'll grab them 2 and subtract. Now that leaves us with the main shape, and then what we're going to do is offset. I like to go 08. I think 04 is too small, so 08 I go, and we're going to do inward because we want an inner mat. Round because there's a curve. Leave it as it is. That doesn't really matter. And then you'll see that is your mat for there. Okay, I've left that little bit on. You can take that bit off as well. Let's just see if it will fit the other side or if we have to do that separately. Oh look, that fits nicely there as well. So we know we'll get rid of that. And we know if we duplicate and flip that, then we know we've got 1 for each side. And if you want to do it either side, then you do 2. And then for the main part, again, use the square like we did before, but this time you're going to cover both of the sides, so like that. The system doesn't like doing anything if you've got the score lines grouped with it, because it doesn't recognize it as a cut line. So subtract, and what we're left with is this shape. I still want that one in it though, so I'm going to send it to the back because I think that's why it's not recognizing that. We still need that shape, so what if we just quickly subtract it, then it's in there. And we're going to do the same thing. 08, everything else is the same, just click OK. Now you get this funny shape up here, but all we're going to do there is click again and zoom in on it, and we are going to delete all the lines above there. I think that's okay, but we can keep looking. There we go. And then we've just got that. We don't need these either. That is just going to stall the cutting, so we'll delete them. Okay, I think that will do. You need a lot on a curve, that's the trouble. So display, zoom to mat size, and as you can see now it will fit nicely in there. You won't get a bit up there, but most of it will be covered with the mat. And that is how you get your mats. I hope that made sense, and I will see you over at the craft table. Okay, so for the rest of it, all I'm going to do is go through the pictures because they're very basic shapes, and I'll just tell you the sizes and where to put the score lines and any details you need. Okay, so I will see you over at the craft table. Okay, so I'm over at the craft room and I've done a lot of the stuff ahead of time because I feel like you don't need to see me do it all. So I've put the mats, and this is the main piece. Then I've got the set of drawers. Now I did muck up, yours won't look as messy because I mucked a little bit of it up by not putting on the cuts. So I had to kind of do a repair job. I'm just hoping it's going to be all right. Yours won't be like that. So obviously the first thing we need to do is attach the top to the drawers. And we're going to do that by putting glue on these bits here. The drawers I put together already because I felt like it's literally just kind of boxes. So I thought you didn't need to see me do that. But then we're going to do that so that that is on the end, and we're going to have little bits there just to sort it out. So that there's tiny little stoppers at the front here for the cubes to sit on. So I let go of it a bit too soon there. Okay, so now we've got kind of that effect. And the cube of numbers goes on the top. So the other one, I've put all the layers on already. You need a 2 and a 1 on each piece. That's the main thing you need. So that's why we've got 2 2s and 2 1s. So there I've done it. I've just put the numbers down and 2 on the sides, and I've done the same here. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And then all you're going to do, once you've done all your scores, you're going to lift these 2 up, put glue there, might be better to do one at a time. That's me trying to rush, which obviously you will not be doing. So you've got one each side like that. So you've got your 2 cubes for the numbers there. The days of the week and months of the year, they're all here. So you would put 1 in there, and these ones in there, and then I'll just show you how they go together. You would do them facing the right way. So you've got the day, the month and the date. You don't need the year, do you? I mean, so these 2 are going to go together the same. Oh no, that's a spare one because I cut 6 out instead of 5. So the first thing to do is to glue this piece . That's how you do it on both ends. You do the same on each end, and then that's your months of the year as well. So that will kind of be your calendar finished, but during making I made a mistake and I done the drawers the wrong way round. 4 by 3 instead of 3 by 4. So what I'm going to do is glue them on there, make pen holders. I had 2, and then I've got another drawer that I'm going to put some sticky notes in. So I've got an extra little bit of storage there for pens and notes, which we always need around the house. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.